The first case of China's new and deadly coronavirus has been reported here in the U.S.
As the number of confirmed cases skyrockets in New York, in California, the most populated state in the nation, they have doubled.
I would not be surprised if we go up to 100,000 a day if this does not turn around.
This virus is touching everywhere, and in most states, the count is growing.
163,000 Americans have died, and our way of life has been altered.
My name is Roshni. I'm 24 years old, and before the coronavirus happened, I was diagnosed with triple-negative breast cancer at 22. Sometimes when I read the news, I forget that I have cancer because I'm reading about the coronavirus. And it just feels like there's a lot of weight on my shoulder, and it keeps piling up, and I want it to stop. Because with cancer, as soon as the day you're diagnosed, you're adjusting to a new life. And this is also a new life. Essentially this is everyone else dealing with working from home, interacting with people virtually, or wearing a mask. So it's just another thing to adjust to. It's difficult because there's so many things going on. It's the coronavirus. I went through cancer last year in the state of our country. It's kind of, I feel like it's unfair. Because I wanted this year to be my redemption year, and I had a trip planned a week after I finished radiation to go to LA, and I was gonna go to LA and just have my time to be with myself and just do something fun and be out of New York for a little bit. And it just feels like nothing is going as planned, and I had to move out of New York, and my plan was, okay, I'm gonna stay another year in New York and get my life back on track. And now that doesn't feel like I'm gonna do that. I don't know. I just didn't think my life at 24 would be so all over the place. It's not what I planned, and sometimes I don't know how to cope with that. A couple weeks ago, I went to my follow-up appointment with my oncologist, and that was the first time I was in New York, and seeing everyone in a mask just brought me back to a place where I felt anxious and uncomfortable, and I was kind of freaking out to myself, and I started crying because last summer I was just the one wearing a mask and had to be mindful of germs around me, and now everyone's doing it, and it brought me back to a place where I thought, I'm gonna get sick. This is it brought me to a bad place, and I had to remind myself, presently you are okay. You are past your treatment. You are okay. You're not gonna get sick, and it's just dealing with those feelings again. You have to remind yourself to stay present. So it's okay to go through trauma and, deal with your mental health. It's okay. It's normal. Things happen in your life that you do not expect to happen, and nothing's going to be planned. Nothing is going to go your way sometimes. And, I'm an anxious person. I'm dealing with trauma. I have days where I don't want to get out of bed and I feel depressed, and it's okay because I went through something traumatic. And we're all going through a time right now that is traumatic, and it's okay if you need to take an hour of your day to take a break and just cry. Sometimes that's all you need, is to cry and let yourself feel however you want to feel.